Happy New Year, guys. How's it going? I'm your social media host, Kenzie Lalonde, and to kick off the second half of our 2017-2018 season, I am going to be chatting with athletes all across Canada, giving you an inside scoop into who these people are and kind of their personalities and behind the jerseys. So first up, I have Paloma Anderson from Acadia University. She is on the women's basketball team, and she is from Phoenix, Arizona. So Paloma, welcome.
Hello, how are you doing?
Good, how are you? So to get things going, let's kind of turn back the clock here. Where did the love of basketball kind of start from?
I don't know. I kind of grew up my earlier years in New York City, so I had an older brother who used to play. I was always the smallest one, so I used to try to play with the bigger kids. Never really got picked because I was so small. And then I moved to Arizona and still got to be under my older brother's wing, and we would just play on a school ball. And then eventually I kind of got picked up on an older kids team.
Okay.
Just because of how fast I was. And I don't know, I just played ever since.
Nice. Awesome. So it seems like you kind of moved around a lot when you were younger. So how did that impact kind of become who you are today? How has that impacted you in terms of moving around a lot?
I don't know. I guess it's just kind of like a blur now. Yeah, I guess I grew up playing on different teams, kind of grew up moving different states. And I guess now that I'm at Acadia, it just kind of got old. Like I just kind of wanted to find somewhere where I can kind of grow, make an impact, and look back on it, and not say, "Oh, I went to this place, I went to this place." And so I don't know. I guess it helped me kind of navigate like what exactly I want to do, and
Yeah.
I know I'm kind of happy that I'm here at Acadia and didn't have to be moving around so many places for the past couple of years.
Awesome. So you are from Phoenix. So in what way made you want to play university sports here in Canada?
Ironically, there was a girl who's currently playing right now in U Sports. She used to play at the college I used to play at, and so the thing was in Canada you could play for 5 years.
Right.
And so I thought, if I can never go pro, why not play all of my years of eligibility? And so when I got the opportunity to come to Canada and play, it was like a no gimme. Like I was going to play for as long as I could play.
Awesome.
So yeah.
Awesome. So if you maybe weren't playing university ball, what do you think you might be doing?
I'd be working. The year I actually wanted to stop playing was like the year I kind of got into like a nice little job. It was good money, and I decided, I was just kind of going to step into that adulthood.
Nice.
And work. And then, when somebody said that I can go on and play, I was just kind of like, do I really want to work this young, get so serious with jobs, 9 to 5. And so, I decided I'll keep playing until I can't play anymore.
What kind of job do you think you could have seen yourself doing? Maybe any industry in particular? Whatever pays the bills,
I'm
eh?
So I don't know. I'm the type of person that like I can't like I don't know, like 9 to 5 doesn't sound like something I want to do.
Yeah.
It just sounds kind of boring. So I feel like I would be working more in an industry with kids or people with disabilities, kind of like what I'm doing now. Like I volunteer a lot with that stuff, and it's pretty interesting. I don't know. It's a different task every single day. You meet new people every single day, and that's more of my interest. So I feel like if I hadn't come to Canada, that's the type of field of work I'd be doing.
Nice, awesome. And so you're home right now in Wolfville. That's where you're playing right now at Acadia University. How did you come across the university itself to decide to call this place home for the next 5 years?
Like I kicked off the last team I played at, so
okay.
I was originally supposed to go to St. Vex,
Okay.
and I don't really know like the whole background behind that. Like I got into the school, but I guess like some things like just didn't work out, and it so happened that Acadia, needed a player, and so I figured, I don't know, the record wasn't like they were bottom of the barrel,
Right.
and I was just looking to play, so I figured, I can come onto this team, and if we continue to lose all our games, it is what it is.
Right.
And if we win a couple games, and at least I got to be a part of that. And so I kind of just took a chance. I don't know, small town.
Yeah.
School, and I said I'd go play, and I've been here ever since. So
awesome.
I don't know, I feel like everything happens for a reason.
That's true. Like you said, you've certainly made an impact there at Acadia. You're a 2-time All-Canadian athlete. You're a 2016 BLG nominee for Athlete of the Year. And right now your team is in itself the number 1 ranked in Canada. So I mean, I think you picked the right school, to say the least. So if you're having to look back at kind of your entire career of basketball and you came across a young little girl who was looking to maybe play university ball one day, what would you say to her? Did you have any advice or some tricks you could tell her?
Think wisely, because being a student athlete isn't easy.
That's true.
Just joking. I would say, I don't know, soak in all the information you get from, I don't know, your coaches. Appreciate the teammates that you kind of grew up with and you struggle and face adversity with.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say, like, I don't know, take it serious. Like, I don't really have much regrets in my life, but when I was 13 years old and I first started playing basketball, like, I wish there was a little part of me that would have taken it a little seriously and kind of like set the ego aside and I don't know, spend more time in the gym, respecting my coaches, respecting my players. And now that I'm 23, I'm happy I've grown in that sense. Like I actually appreciate the people who are around me, appreciate the people that take the time to deal with like who I am as a person and who I am as a player. And I don't know, like I would just say be very thankful for I don't know whoever helps you like through your path. And like I said, like it's a different experience being a student athlete, whereas like a regular person just going to school. Like I feel like it opens doors for a lot of things. You get to meet a lot of people, and the biggest part about it is you get to impact little kids.
Yeah.
And I don't think a lot of people really understand that part of it. I don't know. You're just a university student. It's probably the biggest level you're gonna play, and little kids look up to you like you're Diana Taurasi, LeBron James. So soak that in. Like be prepared for that and take advantage of it when you have it.
That's awesome. And so, what's probably one thing you would have to say that people don't know or maybe should know about student athletes?
Well, being a student athlete, I don't know, you can go to class late, you don't have any homework. Just joking. People think that, like, think it's so easy being a student athlete. You get all these privileges. I think people should understand that we don't get all these extra extensions, and we don't. We still have deadlines, the same deadlines that other students have. And being a student athlete, it's like juggling two jobs. It's not like you're going to, taking one class a semester and doing full time sport. Like it's full time school, full time sport. And that's just being a regular athlete. Like if you're trying to be an elite athlete, you got to find time to get in the gym on your own time. So when you think about it, 24 hours in one day, and you still got to juggle, coaches tell you to manage your sleep, manage like what you're eating and stuff, just starts to become limiting. Like there's not enough hours in a day to do everything that you want to do. So there's a lot of positives that go into being a student athlete, but I feel like from like the outside world, like I don't know, I guess appreciate student athletes because we go through a lot and there's like all Canadians that are, imagine those student athletes. Like those are kids that take 3-4 hours of sleep at night, still, juggle school, still juggle sports, and they're at the top of the barrel. So I don't know. I applaud those students right there, student athletes right there. It's not easy.
No, it takes a certain kind of person. You're right. Absolutely.
Yeah, sure does.
So we kind of open the floor to our public, our Twitter community followers, to get them an opportunity for them to ask you some questions that maybe they've always wanted to ask you personally, university athletes, all of the above. So I've selected 3 of those questions. So we got a hashtag going called Ask Paloma. So I'm going to read off question number 1 here. Submitted by In Tang Ho. Ask Paloma, how does it feel to basically never pay for Subway Canada sandwiches ever again?
Yeah, it feels good. I mean, yeah, I don't know, like getting those free cards,
sandwich,
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty nice, You don't think twice about this, the sub you want to get. You just get a deluxe sub and say, hey, here's my card. Yeah. You can pay for that.
I had a good game yesterday. Here, it's on
yeah.
you. Question number 2, submitted by Casey Dawson, hashtag Ask Paloma. What's the toughest opponent you've played against in U Sports?
In like all of Canada?
Yeah.
From start to finish. Well, like we haven't finished yet, so
the toughest team maybe you've seen so far, or in your league, whatever. When you think you have to go face them on the court, who are you like? Okay, guys, we got to bear down today.
I guess us in practice, we're our toughest opponents.
Good answer. I like that.
I feel like from start to finish, I really liked playing against Regina. Regina was pretty nice. It was a young school. a team I like actually thoroughly liked playing against was Laval. They're very aggressive, fast tempo team. Uh, yeah, I don't know, and like they kind of let us play a little differently with them. So like it was more aggressive. It was more, I don't know, hands on. I kind of like that style of play. And in our league, I used to love playing against and like we haven't played against them yet this semester. So when I say used to,
Yeah.
I would still probably enjoy it. But I used to really like playing against Cape Breton too because like I said, it was that type of gameplay. It was like sportsmanlike, fast paced. I don't know, good competition, good aggressiveness. So yeah, it's been pretty good these past couple of years playing against these different teams.
Awesome. And so lastly, submitted by Tracy Lawrence, #Ask Paloma. You're setting and breaking multiple records. What do you want to be remembered for most by your teammates, by your coaches, and by others who will be following in your footsteps? A big, tough one. It's a good question.
Well,
your legacy.
Once told me, I don't know, awards only go so far. I don't know. I want to be remembered as a champion. Like that's the goal at the end of the day. Like I guess setting records and winning all these awards, like individually it feels great, but like who remembers that? Like I want to do my best to help my team win an AUS banner and go off to nationals and put Acadia on the map. Like hey, we can compete on a national level. I don't know. I guess I don't know. I don't kind of want to be remembered as like an individual. I kind of want to be remembered as like the team that I'm with, and I think oftentimes that gets like overlooked. And I think like I wouldn't be like where I am right now without like the set of people that I'm with, like my coaches, my teammates, and there's like a group of us who basically grew up together in like this Acadia, in my Acadia career, and I don't know. I feel like those girls helped me become who I am today. And so I kind of want to be remembered, like I said, in that group. So I guess, that 2014 team that's finishing out now.
Yeah. Of course. Well, awesome. Paloma, thank you so much for joining me. Like I said, guys, all throughout the second half of this season here of 2017-18, I'm going to be chatting with university students all over the coast. So we started here on the East Coast, right in Wolfville, with Paloma Anderson from Acadia University. So stay tuned. Check out all of our social media accounts to see who I'll be chatting with next. Thanks so much, guys.